federal government continues to ignore our opinions and our recommendations simply for economic reasons. Oak Tribe has ownership of 2 malls in Flagstaff. We own the Heritage Square. We've spent millions of dollars here in this community. But we were not consulted by the Chamber of Commerce. They don't think we exist, which I think is terrible, because we have contributed a lot to the economy of Flagstaff.
Are most of your customers from Phoenix? Or
most of them are from Phoenix, almost 75%. Yep. And a lot of them stay in motels in town. And so when we hire people, when we're open, we hire people. When we're open, motels and restaurants hire people. And I'm sure some of you might even know people who work in motels or restaurants or other places in town. If we're not open, those businesses all lay off people. And we have a very large impact on the community.
These years are two real contrasting years that are kind of interesting. In the winter of 2000 and 2001, the SNOWBOWL was open 138 days, which was the most of any year that I looked at. And the total sales, retail and BBB, were the highest of any year to that point. Okay, so you looked at that and go, wow, okay, they had good snow. SNOWBOWL was open 138 days. Sales were high. You go to the next year, which was the winter of 01-02, SNOWBOWL was open 4 days out of that whole winter, and it was the highest sales. It was higher than the year before. So if there's anything consistent about this, is that the numbers aren't real consistent. And I was looking at what our sales were versus how much snowfall there was, and then how many days the SNOWBOWL was open. And what I found going through these was there wasn't a whole lot of correlation between the sales that we get from retail or BBB and the amount of snowfall. The anticipation was that when there's a lot of snow and the SNOWBOWL is open, we would see a market increase in the retail and BBB sales. I didn't see that. It was inconsistent. Some years when we didn't have any snow would be our highest retail sales. And the thought was if there's less snow, the roads are open more, and since we are a regional shopping area and we draw sales from so many outlying areas, that when there's less snow, the people that are driving are more active and we get a little more retail activity.
I think that we've always enjoyed coming to Flagstaff, as you know, the surrounding border towns or the Native American communities to do our shopping here and what have you. And I think this is serious enough to where, as far as the city of Flagstaff making their decision, it's serious enough to where I think that we will begin some mobilization efforts to boycott the city of Flagstaff here too, because I know that the Native Americans millions and millions of dollars into Flagstaff's economy, and although we have been told that we do not contribute to taxes, we pay tons and tons of money into the tax base of Flagstaff economy to where it makes the city of Flagstaff prosperous.
I think we're more well versed in economics than we are in culture, and so maybe it's easier for us to make a decision based on that. But certainly there is a sacrifice being made here.
The SNOWBOWL is outside the city, so anything that takes place at the SNOWBOWL is not subject to city tax. So lift tickets or any retail sales up there, restaurant or bar sales up there, we don't get any part of, other than we get a portion of the state revenue, state sales tax. So there's not a direct benefit to the city as a city tax.
And we're saying, okay, is the need of these owners for their financial recoupment of their investment going to be more important than the need of the environment and the respect for Native American people? Which kind of need or respect are you going to talk about? The additional revenue that is likely to be generated in this town as a result of snowmaking, the numbers right now say that's minuscule, that it's not important. And yet the reaction and the alarm from the business community, it seems to me, basically says, if we don't have snowmaking, we're going to go out of business. All these hotels, all these restaurants, everything's going to implode And no, that's not going to happen. And it seems to me, financial disclosure, if you're really in need here and you want to expand the ski area and you want to show disrespect for Native people, then why don't you open your books? Let's have public disclosure here. Come in and show us what your rate of return is, how much you're losing on your investment, and what it would take for you to get out of it if that's what you want to do.
You know, there's no question the SNOWBOWL generates business. People go there. And I think the whole thing with snowmaking is that the years when it wouldn't be doing much, because obviously if they're not open, people aren't going up there, they would impact those years and you know, hit our sales, increase our sales in those years. So every year we have a lot of skiing doesn't mean those are the years we have a lot of retail sales.
And it seems like that's what you would expect if the SNOWBOWL was a driver of the winter economy.
Right. That's what I expected to see when I went into this, that there would be more activity in the years where there was more snow. There is some, but it is not as consistent, you know. Some years where we have a lot of snow, we have good retail sales. Some years where we have no snow, we have better retail sales.
Who sets the price on this precious ecosystem that we have? Who can and who should set the price on our precious Mother Earth?
Eric Borowski is usually the only figure that's associated with Arizona SNOWBOWL. What's misleading about that is that there's actually a whole group of very powerful men, powerful in terms of economic wealth, powerful in terms of proximity to political power in this country, that also have shares in Arizona SNOWBOWL, but they almost never, at least as far as I know, never come out into the public. And so one of the biggest mysteries, I think, about this whole case is that there's a whole shroud of secrecy around who really are the people that own Arizona SNOWBOWL. If cultural significance was to be lost at San Francisco Peaks, what do they have to lose? Nothing.
And so what I tell people in the community at these meetings is, if this community wants a ski area, it requires something. It's really not any other issue. It's not lifts and it's not trails and it's not lodges. It's really, does this community want a ski area? Yes or no? If no, then this one might not make it much longer. And because we just might not. We don't know what the next 5 years is going to be like.